Hi, I'm Mary Katherine, Gardeniere of the South, and I've got some herbs and vegetables that we've grown outside, and I've got just the person to show me what to do with them. Bridget Lancaster from America's Test Kitchen.
I am so impressed with what you have here. Look at this bounty. And you grew all these yourself.
I did.
Well, that's a great move because you know what goes into the herb, and we're gonna make some magic with these. You've got some great tomatoes. We'll use those. But I see here some flat leaf parsley. I've got my eye on that, and the tarragon down there. We're gonna do something really special with that.
Okay.
And then also the basil to go with those tomatoes.
Great, let's start getting them.
All right, I think we've harvested all we need. We can head into the kitchen and start using this.
Great, let's do it. Well, Bridget, now that we've cut these great herbs from the garden, what am I going to do with these?
We're going to use these in a couple of different places to flavor some salmon, but also to make a sauce. Well, we've got some beautiful tarragon here and also flat leaf parsley, the Italian parsley. Because I think a lot of people don't know that you can use the whole thing, the stem, leaves, and you get tons of flavor.
Wonderful.
These are nicely washed, dried. Now we're going to start cooking. So we're going to use some of these ingredients to elevate the salmon so it's not sitting right on the bottom of the pan.
Oh, cool.
That way it's not going to overcook. We've got some beautiful lemon, and I'm just going to take off the tops here, lop that off, get rid of that. And then we're going to slice the lemon into about 1/4 inch slices.
And these are going to lay in the pan?
That's right.
So you want to make sure that they're not too thin.
Not too thin, not too thick. That's right. The last one is always tricky. So
Yeah, watch out for fingers.
take your time. And then I'll go ahead and just arrange these right in there. So I'm going to get your hands dirty now.
Perfect.
We need to pull some of the leaves off of both the tarragon and the parsley.
All right.
2 tablespoons worth of leaves after we chop them. Here's a cool trick. You can actually take tarragon and hold it by the top and strip it that way. So you can get almost all of the leaves off that way.
A little easier.
Yeah. If you have a big bunch of parsley like this, you can take your knife and start shaving off the exterior leaves.
That's cool.
And you'll just get some of the small stems in there at first, and then you can go ahead and pluck off some of the little ones. I'm going to go ahead and put my parsley stems. I don't need all of these. That's
So you're
more than I
making
need.
like a little nest?
Yep, exactly. Goes right in there. I'll start putting yours in as well. Now, let me go ahead and get this right up here. We're also going to add some shallots, some nice fresh shallots that are minced.
Are these the little onions?
Yeah, little tiny little French onions.
Little tiny onions,
Mhm.
okay.
So about 2 tablespoons. So far, so good. Easy.
Got it.
And we've got a little bit of water and a little bit of wine. It's a half a
Ooh.
cup of each. It's just a nice dry white wine. Something like a Sauvignon Blanc is beautiful because you can cook with it.
And then serve it with your
Exactly.
fish.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's always a good rule, never cook with wine that you wouldn't drink. So this is a half a cup of water. So it's not all wine going in there, but you can see there's not a lot of liquid in here. So at this point, I'm going to take the salmon.
All right.
And these are beautiful fillets. It's about 2 pounds of salmon in total. And we're just going to nestle them right on top. These are about 1.5 inch thick, and we've put the skinned side down.
What was the skin?
You got it. And now we can move over to the stove and start cooking. Stove time. I'm gonna cook this, and I am gonna start it off on high heat. There we go.
Is it going to smell? I mean, fish, can sometimes stink up your kitchen.
No, this is the beauty of this cooking method is it's never in direct contact with that pan. So you're not gonna get that hot sear, and that's usually what causes that smell.
All right, good.
So we're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and then we'll put the lid on and lower the heat down to low. Let's give it about 11, 12 minutes, and we'll check it for the temperature. All right, so I think they're just about done here.
Wow, they look great. And no smell.
No smell. How about that? So what we're looking for is, again, 125, and we are there. So these are cooked to medium. So we're gonna slide this off the heat, and I'm gonna go ahead and transfer these along with the lemon slices right onto a little plate, and I've got some paper towels. So I wanna cover this with a little piece of foil.
All right.
And that's just to keep them warm. This in the pan is going to be turned into our sauce. And right now it's a little bit watery.
Yeah.
We want to reduce it. So we're going to crank this heat back up to high. We want to reduce this down to about 2 tablespoons.
Wow.
That's going to take about 3 or 4 minutes. So in the meantime, we can get back to making the rest of our sauce. So we've got lots of bright ingredients along with those beautiful fresh herbs to make an easy vinaigrette. And a lot of times with poached salmon, people will make a beurre blanc, and that's a butter sauce.
Right. Kind of heavy.
It's really heavy. So we're going to use olive oil instead and lighten it up.
Oh, good.
Very easy to do. So let me just put this to the side here for a second. I need you to chop the tarragon and some of this parsley.
All right.
2 tablespoons of each.
Am I okay?
Yeah, why don't you try a little claw?
So I don't take off a fingertip?
Exactly.
Go knuckles.
It also showcases your ring.
Oh, yes. Might as well be glad about it.
That's right.
Is that okay?
That looks beautiful.
Good size?
Yeah, and you want to go for the parsley as well?
All right, let's see what we can do here. I don't know, this is just a bigger clump.
You know, you just kind of wad it into a ball.
All right, like
just
that.
like that. And don't forget to claw your fingers. There you go. Because these are so fresh, as soon as you chop into that herb, the leaves, you can really smell it.
Right, it smells great. I can usually smell this parsley.
Every time you cut open any vegetable, but herbs especially because you can smell them, you're actually bruising or opening up the cell walls. All right, so I need 2 tablespoons of each.
You got it?
Yeah, I think, let's call that 2 tablespoons.
Sure.
I don't want to waste your
No, my chopping.
beautiful herbs. All right, it's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons here, but that's okay. Beautiful, and we have some more of that shallot.
All right.
Another 2 tablespoons. It's very easy to remember.
Oh, 2. Everything's 2. I love that.
Almost everything. All right, let's chop these capers. Now, do you use capers a lot?
Love capers.
Love capers too. So these have been rinsed.
Okay.
And just chop them, you know, roughly.
Sort of the same
technique.
way?
Yeah,
Are they not going to roll away from me?
they will.
I feel like I'm just smushing them.
All right. Perfect.
Got it?
Look at you. All right, another 2 tablespoons of this.
And you can smell those now.
You sure can. It's that pickly, briny.
Wonderful.
All right, now we have a little bit of honey, just a tablespoon. This is the outlier. This is the only 1 tablespoon ingredient.
Oh, yeah. But if you went over on honey, not a bad thing.
No, never a bad thing. And 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. All right, so let's go check out that liquid. And you can see it's really reduced down. That's about 2 tablespoons of sauce left in there.
Wow.
So it really concentrated in
did.
flavor. And any smell?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
I'm so excited. I've got a fish recipe.
All right, so we'll bring this right over to our sauce.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and strain this. Again, I said it
Smells
doesn't look
wonderful.
like much.
No. Yeah, there's not much in there.
All right, and now I just want to take a spoon. Thank you very much.
You're
And I want to press out as much of that liquid as I can. Get all that concentrated flavor from those stems and the lemons. We're gonna whisk this.
All right. It smells really good.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, it smells like,
Summer.
yeah, it does.
I'll give it a little seasoning here.
Just a little salt and pepper.
Yeah. So we're done with the sauce, and now we can go get the salmon. Fantastic. We're gonna plate this.
Okay.
And what I want to do is take my spatula and I can go ahead and tilt this just to make sure that I'm not taking the little lemon slices with it. Just makes it easier to serve. And you know that little bit of white that people find on salmon? That's just collagen from the belly fat of the salmon. And that's actually a really good sign that the salmon is great quality. All right, let's get rid of this mess and I'm going to slice the lemon to nice wedges.
Those are beautiful.
Really have to use a sharp knife, especially for things like lemons, anything with a hard skin, or tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Sharper the knife, the better. And let's not forget the sauce. I am just going to put this right down the center
Oh, okay.
of each little fillet, and then that way we can go back and we can always add more.
Those look so good.
And you can always use these little wedges to kind of jazz up your plate too.
Those look great.
And that is perfect for a party or party of 2. I'll have 2 and you have 2. And again, while it's all success from those fresh herbs just picked from the garden, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I can't wait to taste it. All right, I'll take this one.
All right. You can see how tender that is. It just falls apart, and that's that gentle cooking method.
It's delicious. You can really taste the tarragon.
So fresh, and it's just beautiful with that salmon. It doesn't overpower it, but it plays beautifully with it. And even the parsley, you get that nice fresh hint.
You do, it's wonderful. For this recipe and other gardening tips, join us at Gardenieres.com. Now, Bridget, I have some other things I've grown. Do you think you could help me out with those?
I think we can work something out.
Oh, great.